And we're good to go.
Well, hello there. Everybody doing good? You guys excited? Yeah, me too. So we have 25 on this call? Is that what it say, 25? Perfect. So, somebody talk to me. What has the last couple weeks been like? Since our first call, I'm going to start calling people out. Kylie, you first.
Oh my gosh, I
don't even know how to respond or how to say anything.
Hold on one second.
Is there more than one Kylie? I'm sorry.
Hang on one second. Let me unmute. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, Chris, you're unmuted. And then who is it? Kylie? Kylie. Okay. Oh. Are you there? Are you muted?
Yeah, she's muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I am actually like so mad because I missed the first call, but I am a busy mom of 3 under 3. I have twin 9-month-old babies and a 2-year-old. So, but I'm so excited. I'm like, take those kids, go. My husband just walked through the door and I'm like, get them. And so I just recently actually started, I became a coach officially like a week ago.
Wow. That's good stuff.
So, and I'm already Emerald, so I'm really excited, and I've done the shift shop, and I'm just pumped. I did that with my first workout back, postpartum from my twins, and I got awesome results. So I just wanted to thank you.
Wow. So who's your coach? Your coach on here?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, she's actually, my coach is Lindsay Matway. So she's,
okay.
Yeah. So she's just been really great support for me throughout.
Good. So as a new, I love Lindsay. Lindsay, good. She's good people. Yeah. So as a new coach, what I would like to do as far as like the new coaches when they come in, because I don't know the coaching business. Like I don't know how the ranks go and the names. It's like it's 1-star diamond, like 45-star diamond or something like that. But it's like all these diamonds. So and different elites and all that good stuff. But what I will tell you though is if I was a new coach and I was coming into this, the biggest thing I would do right out the gate is write my mission statement for my life, for my career. Like, what do I want to accomplish? And this is the reason why I say that, because what I'm hoping the coaches do from now on is you see like somebody like Lindsay, seriously so successful at it. And there's other coaches that's very successful at it. And then you got coaches underneath them that's successful and coaches underneath them are successful. Well, as a person coming to such a big business like this, I like to see the approach be more about, okay, let's write down my mission statement for my business. Like, what do I want to accomplish as a person, first and foremost? Before you can even impact your team, what are your dreams and goals? What do you really want for yourself? And I would write that down, and I would strive from that moment forward to be that coach before your people show up that you desire to be. Meaning, it's like you're a kid again. You get to use your imagination in the beginning. You walk around your house and you talk to your team as if you're talking to the masses. Like, you got to condition your mind for where you're going and not condition your mind for where you currently are. That's the key. And when you do that, you enjoy the journey of it. You don't have you don't get the anxiety of like, oh my gosh, this person's making 6 figures or this person's making 7 figures. Now you in it for not your mind is just, it's going to take you down a dark path, because when you don't accomplish that right out the gate, it can frustrate you. It could get you could just lose hope. But if you immediately say, you know what, I'm new into this. It's a bunch of people. This is exactly what I want. And from that moment forward, start demonstrating in the physical everything that's on that paper. And in that, you're going to grow as a person. You're going to become mentally strong. You're going to respect the process. You're going to enjoy the process. And you see how happy you are right now? Imagine pouring that joy into your team. All because you got the proper foundation in the business. Yes, you have expectations, but the expectations is on that paper and it's goals you want. You're not using the expectation of someone else who's already successful or someone else that's wherever they are in their journey. This is about your journey. What you do with the top coaches and Lindsay Matway and everybody else, you get their wisdom. You get a little bit from Lindsay. You get a little bit from Lindsay Matway. You get a little bit from a super trainer, a little bit from other coaches, and you add that to your arsenal. You see what I'm saying? Don't live your life or your career through the eyes of another coach. Live it through your eyes, through your purpose, but take their wisdom and add it to you. You see what I'm saying? That right there, I think is the most incredible approach, because the only expectations you have are the ones you put on that paper. And it helps you just really be patient as you develop your business. That makes sense to you?
Yes, I got my mission statement right here.
Yeah. Now tomorrow, whatever that mission statement says, tomorrow you got to act as if that's already happening right now. I promise you right now, if you take that approach, your business is going to thrive on a whole nother level, because that mindset you have is going to draw people to you, draw your team to you, because your expectation is up. So if your expectation is up, that's in the universe. The people to fulfill that expectation has to show up. But if you go into it with the wrong mindset, you're going to bring frustration. You see what I'm saying? So create in your mind the type of coach you want to be. Create in your mind where you want to see your bit. I would even challenge you to this. Create in your mind taking your team on a retreat. Woo! Do you have any idea what kind of coach you have to be to take your team on a retreat? Sit down with your babies and your twins, have a picnic, and speak empowering words to your kids as if you're talking to your team. You see what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in stuff like that. I can't tell you how many conversations I had in my home by myself. But it worked. But it worked. So I'm done. That's it. And Lindsay's got a great story. Ask her about her story one day. That story, woo! That story is incredible. So listen to her stories. Very humble beginnings.
My story's evolved even more.
Good.
So.
Yeah.
Yay.
So did anybody have anything? What happened? Talk to me. We got time tonight.
I got a question. Can I go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, my name is Brielle. So I've actually lost over the course of 3 years. 3 years ago today, I actually started my journey 82 pounds. And when I started my journey, I would picture my goal at a certain weight, a certain size. Well, it kind of changed from what I thought it would be. I'm doing 80 obsession. I have what do we have, 10 days left, ladies? And I am an entire size smaller than my goal, but I'm 30 pounds heavier than my goal. And so now I'm like, do I go into maintenance with nutrition? I mean, I'm never going to stop pushing myself with the workouts.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm always going to be up in my weights doing all the different programs, but at what point do you know, when to not be done? Because I'm never done, but you know what I mean? How do your clients know, once they're there, to go into maintenance, or do, what now? What do I do now?
All right. So this is going to sound crazy. I don't believe in maintenance, right? I don't.
No, I don't know that.
And here, because here's the deal. I live by this model. I stay uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the reason why. Because I've always had and I'm going to be vulnerable. I've always had a fear that the moment that I got comfortable, I would stop being hungry, and hungry for people, hungry for releasing my passion. So I stay uncomfortable. When I accomplish one goal, I already have another one waiting. You see what I'm saying? And I just focus on evolving. You want to evolve as a person. You don't ever want to get to a place where you I'm here, I made it. That's dangerous, because all you need is a bachelorette party, a birthday party the following weekend, and 2 beers throughout the week, and you right back to where you started. It's the truth. 3 weekends that set you back like a big dog. So if you're evolving, you're constantly evolving. I made it. I celebrate it. I celebrate that day. The next day, back on my grind. You see what I'm saying? And so if it's a weight issue, immediately get rid of that concept. Who cares about weight? What if I told you you're up 20 pounds, but you're in the smallest size you've ever been, but you feel great? Does the weight really matter at that point?
No.
It's all about how you feel. If you feel good, those jeans feel good. If you ripping the runway for your husband, who gives 2 barrels of monkey crap how much you weigh? It's the truth. I could care less about weight. Like I had a health exam yesterday. I had to I had to increase my insurance policy to 3.4 million. And so, yeah, I'm start thinking like, damn, if something happened to me, my family need to be straight. You know what I mean? So I'm over here and I got on a scale and it was 242. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I'm usually around 225. So I start thinking like, but I feel great. Like I feel so good. The problem is I put on too much muscle. And so I had to really like ask myself, I'm healthy as all get out. Every blood was good. All my heart, my blood pressure was great. But I said, you know what? I feel great. So what difference does it make? I feel strong. I feel like a man. You know what I mean? I feel good. So at the end of the day, it's about how you feel, man. It's not about the weight. That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So none of y'all gonna knock me off yet.
I used to weigh more than you.
Oh yeah? There's nothing wrong with that. Good stuff, man. Does anybody else have anything that's happened since we talked last?
Hi, I'm Bonnie.
What's up?
I have completely changed my mindset and my life since our last call. I was the one crying the entire time you were speaking on the last call.
Yeah.
It's been a really hard time. I'm a full-time teacher and Beachbody coach on the side, and I am having a really rough year with my class and kind of just, we're in Arizona, the politics of education and not being, yep, I got my red dress on. And I love to teach, don't get me wrong. I just want more. I know that sounds terrible because teaching the youth of America is pretty big, but money isn't everything, but it's something.
Right.
And there's no place to go as a teacher. Like I could go into administration. I don't want to be an administrator. So I'm stuck here, but Beachbody is giving me that chance to grow, and there's goals and there's this, I can go here and then I can go here and I can go here. And there's no, no stopping.
Right.
So you made me say for the first time ever that, my goal out loud. You said to say it out loud and to do it. And I said it, and my whole life has changed.
Right.
My business is booming, and I'm happier at school, which is weird. I don't know why, but I am. So thank you for that.
You want to know something that's so powerful about, where's my other teacher at? Is it Joni? Your teacher? Let me explain something to you that's so powerful. Those kids, that adversity, that struggle you having, you there for a reason. And here's your reason. You got to celebrate that challenge. Those kids represent how you're going to be able to cope and deal with each and every coach that comes into your business. You got to master those kids before you can master your coaching. So when you get presented those challenges, you're a problem solver. How are you going to solve problems in kids? If you're not going to be able to solve the problems in your team until you solve the problem in the kids is going to be more challenging because they're immature, right? So you need to learn how to develop long suffering, develop patience, exercise more love, and exercise more of your genius. How are you going to deal with each and every situation? That's going to transition into how you're going to be able to deal with each and every coach that comes into your business with a problem. You're a problem solver. So now when you go to work, you need to welcome that. Like, what y'all got for me today? Because here's the deal. On the inside of you is a top coach, but you got to develop that top coach. And the way you're going to develop it is those kids. Once you graduate from there, you don't need a rank. You're out of there. You're going to transition right into your coaching. But the type of coach that's predestined on your life has to master those kids. There's your education. You ain't there for the education. You ain't there for the administration. You ain't there to be promoted. You ain't there to be president of the PTO. None of that. You there to develop what needs to develop on the inside of you so that you can be the coach you was created to be. Period. That's it. And the moment you graduate from that, your team is going to be skyrocketing, and you're going to take a leap of faith, and you're going to transition. But as long as you go to work with that approach, like, these kids, you're just going to stay there longer. You got to understand, like, you're there to exercise something on the inside. And guys, I want you to understand something. every struggle that you having right now, whatever area it is, it's because it's something on the inside of you need to develop. When in Shift Shop, in the shop rules, celebrate the challenge, that's what that means. Like, welcome it. Let me ask you a question. If I'm subliminally a negative spirit, right? Just say I'm a negative spirit, and I'm bringing challenges to you, and you always welcome in my challenge, I'm going to get this over with as quickly as I can and go bug somebody else that don't know who they are. When you know who you are, you welcome that challenge. You're like, okay, come on. Obviously, it's something on me need work on, so we got work to do. How can any negative force want to present itself to you knowing that you welcoming it? No, a negative force wants to dominate you. It can't dominate a person that walks in purpose, the person who knows who they are. It's going to come in and get on out of there. Like, okay, I ain't staying here long because I can't dwell in here. You got to also look at it like this. Every situation that presents itself wants to take up residence on the inside of you and duplicate itself. So say it's anger. Situations is going to surface to develop that anger on the inside of you. Say it's jealousy. You're going to start getting jealous about things that's just ridiculous because it wants to develop on the inside of you and bring its relative. Jealousy, envy, depression, they all related. So when you facing some type of adversity, you got to be like, okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for telling me there's something inside me I need to work on. I need you here. Don't go nowhere yet because I need you. That's a person that think like that, you can't stop them. It's impossible to stop them. So 2 more. Daniela, what you got for me?
Gosh, well, I'm a school counselor.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just, just trying to be able to help and guide the students through their process. And I know, Chris, when I was doing the 12-week university with you, Downing University, it really did help me to be more focused on meeting the needs of the students and really helping them and empowering them and inspiring them to just put a light on their darkness. So I was really able to really help a lot of students during that time. Right now, it's just been a transition personally for me because my youngest has been dealing with some anxiety and separation anxiety, but we've overcome that now. But I've been dealing with like 8 months of interrupted sleep, so I feel really I feel like I have memory loss at work sometimes. So I'm really pushing through all of that, and I'm really excited to for Super Saturday and just to be able to listen to you because I really feel like I need to be ignited again just because of that missing piece. And I think it really has a lot to do with the lack of sleep that I've been getting. But I know on Saturday, I'm going to be ignited again and it's all going to fall through all over again.
I will tell you, this is kind of funny. I will tell you this though, sleep, what was it? Today's Wednesday? Sunday night, I was up. No, I'm sorry. Monday night, I was up till 1 a.m, right? So I woke up yesterday, on 3.5 hours of sleep. And all day, I was emotional. Meaning not crying or nothing, but just I just wasn't myself, man. And I'm like, you know what, dude? Go to sleep. Just go to sleep. And I woke up today. I went to bed at 9:15 last night, and I woke up today feeling great. So a lot of the times, especially when we older, sleep is no joke. We need that. I used to ask myself, how did I do all-nighters when I was a kid? But nah, man, you get older, you need that sleep, man. So, all right, guys, this is what I really want you. I want you to get this. This is powerful. So I'm looking at all these faces, right? All these faces, all this potential, and even the little ones. And I'm understanding, I see your shell, right? You see my shell? That's my shell. All this and all that. But inside of me is every tool, every gift, everything I need to be the person I've always strived to be. It's not outside of me. Outside of me, like I said before, is just a reflection of what's going on inside of me. And so, when you start journeying back to all the things that brought you here, you start to realize that you must really be predestined for great things, because so many people is just letting life live them. They're not living life. Like they're letting life slap them around and create the identity life want them to have. You see what I'm saying? But like when you understand that, you know what, I'm here for a reason. I'm here, like this is my time. Like when you own that, like you got to own that. This is my moment. This is my time. Anything I want is mine because it's a part of my birthright. I'm entitled to this. You get that mindset, there's nothing that can stop you. But here's the scary part, guys. There's a scary part to this. The scary part is when you don't know these things. Then if you got a person here on the right that has a certain mindset, you take on their mindset, you take on all the people around you's mindset, and you're vulnerable. You got like this empty space like a child. And whatever they want to say you are, or who you are, or what you're going to become is based on their circumstances because you never owned yours. You see what I'm saying? And I just really believe, in the Coaches Network. Like I feel like you guys haven't even scratched the surface of your potential. You want to leave these jobs you're at, you got to conquer that job first. But you got to conquer it from being aware. See, we start complaining because we don't realize that we need that job to develop what needs to develop on the inside of us. Once you flip it to that mindset, you're getting up out of there quicker. And that's the thing. Like, think about the people who are just, they're frustrated with their job. I know a lot of people like that. Frustrated with their job, angry, just down about things. And they're not understanding that, no, you need this job right now. So that here's the subliminal, like deception. People think we need these jobs for money to take care of our family. No, that's just a reason. That's a small percentage of why you're there. You need that job for your purpose sake. You see what I'm saying? You need that job for the big picture of your life. But we get blinded by we need this job because we got to pay our electric bill, pay our rent, pay our mortgage, pay our car payment. No, you need this job for the big picture of your purpose. The moment you graduate, because think about it, some of these jobs, they don't pay. Some of these jobs, they hire you to forget your dreams. How crazy is that? They hire you to forget your dreams. And this is what I mean by that. You get a job, right? It's a decent job. Let's say you're getting paid $20 an hour. To the average person, they don't make $20 an hour, right? And so they're like, I got this great job at $20 an hour, but your purpose is a millionaire. But you're only looking at this $20 an hour. So then you at this job, and this job is actually complements your gifts and talents. You thriving, bringing the company in great numbers, production. Your boss is sitting at the top. And this is no disrespect to anyone's boss. Your boss is sitting at the top like, man, Bonnie is over here thriving. You know what? She already told me this is the most money she ever made. I'm paying her $20 an hour. She's really worth $50. I'm going to raise her up $25 an hour. Bonnie, here's your review. You're doing an outstanding job. I'm going to give you a raise of $25 an hour. Oh my gosh. You got to increase, go home, tell your husband, I got a raise. I'm making $25 an hour. Things is better because of the way you live, you manage your money well, and you got extra. 2 years from now, he realized, man, she is really killing it. They give you a name, give you a title. Now you are vice president, of whatever. Oh my gosh, now I got a title, right? So now the ego can sneak in just a little bit because you got a raise and you got a title, so you feel important. But when really, in all actuality, your purpose is a millionaire and you're a trendsetter. Your purpose is saying you're a millionaire and you can lead the masses. But your boss know that, but he know you don't know it. So you go to another review, they give you another $5 raise. Now you're up to $30 an hour when you really should be getting 50. So then I'm sending you away to a convention. He put you up in a really nice hotel, got you a car service, your meals are per diem is great, and you living it up. I mean, you got to go to the airport, got your name on a sign, dude puts you in a Cadillac, put you in this nice hotel, you call your husband, face up, oh my God, look at my suite. This suite is so crazy. I'm in here by myself. All along, you worked at $50 an hour. You're sitting there, now you're at the convention next to all these other people. and they ask you what your credentials are, and you thrive, and your credentials is bigger than theirs, and you ask them, and they say, you know, how much do you make? If you like, well, I'm making $30 an hour. They're like, oh, I'm making 40. You like, I got more credentials than you, and you making 40? So then, you know what? Here's my boss's number. You should give him a call sometime. So then you go interview for another job. Never tell your boss, right? Man says, man, you got a nice portfolio here. You're making this. Hey, I'll give you $45 an hour, which is more than the person you met at the convention. Oh my gosh. So you go back to work. Out of respect, you go to your boss. Hey, boss, you know, first and foremost, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And you know, I've been blessed, and you've really helped my family. And don't think he don't know that, because he's gonna remind you. Unfortunately, I found another job that you know, I kind of want to move. And well, what other jobs did you find? Well, similar to what I'm doing, but you know, they were well, how much are they gonna pay you? They were gonna pay me $45 an hour. Well, I'll match it. Better yet, I'll give you $10 more. I'll give you $55 an hour. Then they asked me a question. What's the difference between him giving you the 20 and the 55? There is no difference. The difference is he knows you got a glimpse of your potential, your purpose. So now he's willing to pay you your worth. But he could have paid you your worth when you started bringing the company money from the beginning. The whole point I'm making right now is you got to be cautious of the people you around, the people you communicate with on a regular basis, and the people that's over you, because they can choke you out of your dream. They can distract you out of your purpose. You see what I'm saying? People don't want you to see your value because they're threatened. That's the wrong mindset. How are you threatened when we live in a big old universe? There's room for everybody. But people get intimidated by that, guys. You got to know your worth. Right where you at right now. If it's 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it is, you got to love yourself right now. Right now, right where you at. And you got to see yourself for everything you can become. And tomorrow when your feet hit the ground, every decision you got to make has got to be based on the person you want to become, not the person you currently are. That's how you succeed. And when you keep that and you focus, and this is your lane, your journey, when you focus on that, success is waiting on you. You're not waiting on success. You know that, right? You know success is waiting on you. And you can only attain a certain level of success when you get the mindset for it. But it's waiting on you. All the opportunities you want in the universe it's waiting on you. You're not waiting on it. But in our mind, we condition to think we waiting on a blessing to come, when a blessing is waiting on us. The breakthrough is waiting on us to wake up to who we really are, our potential. So the coaching business is so easy. You know how it's easy? What kind of coach do you want to be? What kind of coach do you want to be? If I was to ask you right now in 30 seconds, tell me the type of coach you are, you should be able to lay it out to me in 30 seconds. Here's the key. Once you lay it out to me, I should be able to look on your team and see a reflection of your purpose, a reflection of your identity in every one of your team members. You know why? Because you're the head of that team. The way to grow your business is to duplicate yourself. Duplicate your personality, share your greatness, share your purpose with your team so that they can take some of your genius. First of all, you got to help them identify their genius. Then they're going to take some of your genius, apply it to their genius, and pass it on. That's how it works. Has nothing to do with arrogance, has nothing to do with ego, has nothing to do with rank or title, has everything to do with purpose. If your team isn't where you want it to be, it's because you're not mentally where you need to be. Forget the physical. Because if I was to take a bunch of some apple seeds right now and put it in the ground, I got to nurture that bad boy. How do I nurture it? I nurture it by the water, the soil, the fertilization. Well, guess what? You know how you nurture your dreams, nurture your purpose? You speak to it. You look in the mirror. I'm so beautiful. I'm so intelligent. You have a good day. I'm so proud of you. Way to go. Way to push yourself today. You see what I'm saying? You have a tough day. I'm so proud that we got through this day. It was tough, but you know what? You really showed strength and character today. You got to nurture that purpose. You got to talk to that purpose. Because if you don't talk to it, guess what? Somebody else going to talk to it for you. And it ain't going to be to edify and bring out the best in you either. It's going to be to keep you dark, keep you in that darkness. This is easy, guys. This is so easy. It's not hard at all. Has nothing to do with money. Has everything to do with you understanding your value. You're making right now based on your value and how you see yourself. That's powerful. Whatever you're making is based on how you view your value is. When you change that value, when you see in yourself, everything else has to change. That's with food. When you see what you're worth, when you really love and appreciate who you are, you won't put anything bad in your body because you love yourself. You value yourself. Now, I'm not saying walk around here and eat carrots and celery. Enjoy yourself. But what I'm saying, 90%, 95% of your nutrition got to be you telling yourself, I love you. How powerful is that? Your team, you want to empower them? I dare everybody to wake up tomorrow and tell their team they love them. Dare you to. You know, some of those people haven't heard those words in years. You didn't tell them a marketing strategy. You didn't say nothing. You just said, I love you. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like everybody is approaching this the wrong way. They're approaching it with numbers and this person's got to do this. Why would you give another person that much power over your business? For example, if Joni's my coach and I'm my top coach and I'm beneath her, and Joni's stressing, oh my gosh, Chris, I hope Chris just signs 3 people because if he do, I'll be Royal Star Diamond 35 and all these different things, right? You just like freaking out. Come on, Chris, you got to get me 3. Oh my gosh, you pacing the house. I hope he makes his rank so I can get up there. Why would you give me that much control over your team? When you can go off in the corner, renew your mind of what kind of coach you are, and in private, when nobody's watching, walking out the principles of that type of coach you desire to be, subliminally in the unseen realm, you're going to pass that on to me and everybody else on the team. Now it's not about what rank we get. It's about who you become because you're our leader. Wherever the head goes, the body follows. You see what I'm saying? This thing is mental, guys. When you see in your mind who you are, your potential, your worth, your value, your team has to line up to that. And guess what? Say someone quits, it's okay. Somebody else is coming. But you got to set the standard. If you don't set the standard, somebody going to set the standard for you. If your team is struggling, it's because you don't have control of it, because you don't have control of your identity, your worth, your value, your purpose. You don't know who you are. You didn't write that letter. So if you don't write that letter, you're going to take whatever comes, the ups, the downs. It's going to be like a roller coaster. The consistency won't be there. And guess what happens? It weighs on your emotions. You start getting frustrated because when you got into business, someone dangled a carrot and said, I went from here to here. I quit my job in 6 months. I did this. Well, guess what? That was their journey. This is your journey. You might not quit your job in 6 months. It might be 12 months. You see what I'm saying? But you live in your life through their eyes and not through your own. Is this making sense to you? This is not hard. I'm telling you right now, the difference between where you are now and where you're going is that letter, flat out. The easiest way to lose weight, to get more fit than ever, is that letter. Because when you get in your mind that this is my life right here, this is it. It's black and white. This is it. Every decision you play in the physical has to complement that. When you start writing something down, and this is who you are, and in the physical, you go against that, you should feel conviction. You know what it is? That's your purpose, grieving. Like we had an agreement. You let me down. The depression you feel, the frustration, the anger, the anxiety, the worry, it's because you allowed yourself to separate from your purpose. So in that gap, depression, fear, anxiety, worry showed up. You got to stay close to that purpose. You got to have a bond with that purpose. Because when you're in a bond with that purpose, everything you do is perfect. You're flawless, nothing missing, nothing broken, wholeness, completedness. I know this is some heavy stuff, but this is it. What if I told you this is exactly how I approach being a super trainer? I'm telling you right now, guys, this is it. And I'm going to tell you why this is it. And you can do my track record. I came into this, didn't know what was going on, how to go about it. Saw infomercials, saw the lifestyle, saw everything everybody else lived. I never got caught up in that. I said, you know what? I got to duplicate in the world who I am. I got to pour into these coaches. I'm not looking at royalty statements. I'm not focusing on royalty statements. I'm not focusing on how many shift shops sold. I'm not focusing on any of that. I'm focusing on you guys, because if I can see my personality in each and every one of you and see you succeeding, then I know I'm successful. Whatever comes in just has to come in because I'm duplicating myself. If I'm not bringing in what I think I should be bringing in, that means I'm not pouring out enough. That means something's in my mind. It has nothing to do with you. It has something's in my mind. My mind's not right. So if I'm not loving more, if I'm not believing more, if I'm not pouring more, if I'm not doing the extra stuff like these calls, like flying to somebody's house in the power of my Power I Am 6-week series I started. Go fly to somebody's house, spend a day with them, train them, eat with them, and all this stuff. Like I'm doing extra. Because if I want to do extra, I'm expecting extra. This is the person I created in my mind and who I am. I have to do this. Because anything aside from that is deception. It's not real. So I have to live out what's on this paper. So my dreams are big. You know, I created my own water deal. Here's the crazy part. Let me just tell you just how crazy my mind is. I created my own water deal. I got a water coming out in a month and a half. So you guys always see me drinking Sentia, right? I love it. I bought 40 cases one day. And in my mind, I told myself in my garage that this was all the Chris Downing water. But I needed to see it in the masses to believe it. So I ordered 40 cases of this stuff. And every time I drank the water, I visualized myself drinking my own water. You know, these people called me a month and a half later. Hey, we'd like to talk to you about like partnering with you, creating like a beverage. I said, you sell water? He said, yeah, we create water. Ching, gotcha. I created it because in my mind, that's what I wanted. To the point where I took somebody else's brand and convinced myself that it was mine. That's some heavy stuff. But that's exactly what you can do. When I say walk around your house and speak to the masses, I mean it. Because how are you going to speak to the masses in the physical if you don't see it in the unseen realm first? Here's another question I have for you. Have you ever visualized yourself getting in an argument with somebody and then you end up having an argument with that person? Come on now, talk to me. You created that. Here's the crazy part. You visualize yourself getting in an argument with somebody, right? You emotionally connected to it because you actually got mad and you weren't even arguing with the person. And then bam, it happened. It's the same principle. Cynthia know what I'm talking about. Look at her looking like, I just argued with somebody yesterday. but you see my point though? Like you, in your mind, you had a vision of arguing with this human being. You even got worked up a little bit about it. You brushing your teeth in a bad mood, all of a sudden your whole mood changed. Soon as you saw that person, it was on and popping. Something triggered it and it was on. You like, I just had an argument with you in my head like 8 hours ago and you walked it out. How about this? Upset with somebody, know you're going to say something to them, but you say it to yourself first. Come on now. Don't act like I'm the only person that's crazy on this call. But you didn't got in an argument with yourself really talking to this person. Things you want to say to somebody. You working up the courage to say something you really want to say, but you working up the courage to confront the situation, but you acted it out before it even happened. And then it happened and you said it, right? Do you understand what I'm telling you? You creating anyway. Now we're just going to create consciously. I had to tell myself, I leave at between 4 and 4:15 in the morning every day. I'm at my gym at 4:30. I work out with my buddies. At that time of the day, there is mad deer out, right? So I'm saying to myself, man, I just got to be careful because it's deer out here. I'm just cautious when I'm driving because they just run out in front. And here's the crazy part. I see so many deer now in the morning to the point where I pulled out my driveway last Thursday. I live in a cul-de-sac. Pulled out, was coming to the stop sign. There was a deer at the stop sign. I like, oh my gosh, I done brought him to my stop sign. He ain't even in the yard. He on the street. So I had to tell myself, like, dude, you got to change your mind. You are creating deer everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So I'm straight up pulling my stop sign. The deer looking at me like, what up, Chris? Like, he just like right in the middle of the road. So my whole point is like, I emotionally connected to that thought to the point where I see so many deer. My whole point, guys, is we create it all, man. What do you want? Here's something powerful. And I'm going to say it now, and then after Saturday, you're going to see. How many of you have created what Super Saturday is going to be like? Lindsay even said it was going to be the best one of the year. I guarantee you this is the best Super Saturday you ever had. You know why? She put it in the universe. You guys are expecting something to happen. I'm going to show you just how powerful this creation stuff is. You got your emotions connected to Saturday, guys. You are emotionally invested in that. Saturday is going to be one of the most powerful experiences you've ever had. And guess what? It ain't because of me. It's because you created it. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to be even more powerful, because you all created it collectively. That's dangerous. So if you can create me coming to bring you some great experience, why can't you take that and create that same for your team? It's the same thing. So you're going to let me come there. What you're doing is getting my spirit all riled up. It's got my spirit, my purpose has to match y'all's intensity. So you're going to come there, let my purpose give you goosebumps. I leave, and then what? Oh my gosh, we're the best Super Saturday ever. It should not stop at that Super Saturday, guys. You should see the power that y'all created collectively and take that to your team and get your whole team in that mindset. Why does it have to be the best Super Saturday ever? Why can't it be the best year ever? Do you see where I'm going with this? All right, I'm opening it up. I'm done talking. Let it rip. What you got for me? Any questions? Cynthia, you gotta say something. You didn't smile. I didn't see all your teeth. You got to say something.
Okay, first, Chris, I got to tell you, you left me a voice message on my messenger last week, and I just want to say thank you for doing that. That made my day.
See? See?
Made my day. Just 15 seconds out of your day made my whole day. So thank you for doing that. I'm all smiling because we're all sending these little chat messages here to the group, and there's such an awesome connection and common thread and so many people in here. It's just, this is reminding me why I started Beachbody, and then I walked away from it for a while. Now I'm coming back to it, and this right here is reminding me why, because we're all sharing common struggles, but we all have a common want, need in this group. And I'm so excited to see you Saturday. I'm so excited. I got to give you a great big hug because you've just been so supportive and awesome through everything. And I'm just looking forward to seeing all these faces on Saturday too. And yes, I did create an argument just yesterday. So thank you. But I reeled myself back out and said, I'm sorry. This was a conversation I had in my head earlier. I'm sorry. I should have even said anything. So I at least reeled myself back out. But yeah.
I love it.
But there it is.
I love it. Anybody else?
I've got something to say.
Say it.
So, hi, Chris. I'm actually from the Dallas area, and I saw you in, what was that, September Super Sunday? Mm-hmm. And I'm coming in for the to Phoenix because I'm meeting one of my rock star coaches for the first time. We're gonna meet, and it's exciting to. She's actually what helped me get to Diamond. And I'm just excited, one, to see you again, but then to also just see all of you beautiful people from Phoenix and get to know everyone more. But I just wanted to, I've been reading the chats as well, and I just wanted to encourage everyone. What Chris is saying is 100% so true about how you visualize it and it happens. In January, I told my coach that I wanted to be a diamond by the time we went to Summit. Which is, in June and still a few months off. And I had no idea how I was going to. My only coach was my mom. And, and she just really signed up as a coach just to support me. And then, I just worked every single day and I visualized it and actually wrote it down. I wrote that letter that you're talking about. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I will be a diamond by the time we go to Summit. And then sure enough on it's like March 15th was my diamond day. And it's so true about visualizing it and actually writing it down. And it's such a simple concept because it's like you can have it in your head, but it's so much different when you actually write it down and look at it every single day versus just thinking it every day. And so I would just encourage everyone to really take what Chris is saying and apply it because it's so, so true. I'm living proof of it. And I'm
I don't know, it's just kind of an amazing, it's been an amazing like couple months really. And I'm excited to see you again, Chris. I hope you don't make us hold a squat for like 10 minutes straight like you did in September. That was rough. But yeah, I'm excited to meet everyone in person. You'll have to come say hi to me if you see me in the crowd.
One of the most powerful things about that you guys, and it's oftentimes people's biggest struggle, but for me, it was the biggest relief. You don't have to figure out how it's going to happen. Like that's none of your business. It's got to happen. You put it in the universe, it's going to show up the way it needs to show up. So relieve yourself of that stress and anxiety right there. Set it down, do your day-to-day duties, and don't worry about how it's going to happen, because it's going to happen. It's going to come. It comes through different avenues. So that was awesome. That was really good, Jennifer. Anybody else? Come on, y'all. You got me on this call. Ain't nobody saying nothing? I'm going to start calling people out.
I know I already talked before, but I just wanted to ask you more about the route to super trainer. Like, I just think that like your mindset and all that is just amazing. And I'm also Beachbody Live trainer. And I know there are a few people that are also live trainers. And I just think that like, that blows my mind. Like that's something that's in my vision, in my dream, in my letter and everything. It's just, so I never like see enough super trainers talking about like their real story, their life, and the way that they got from point A to point B.
Real quick, before I go into that, you guys know Cam, right? Cam This Cash. So let me tell you something about Cam that's so powerful. So last year, before Cam met me, she put on a piece of paper that she will be Beachbody Trainer of the Year. She put it right by her desk, and now she said, "I am Beachbody Trainer of the Year." Now, mind you, now Cam didn't even know I was a new super trainer. Nobody knew. So about a week before I got announced, she was popping up on my Instagram and my Facebook, right? And she was like, "I see you." That's all she said to me. She said, "I see you." And I'm like, "I see you too." Because I felt like she knew something, right? And so about 2 days before I got announced, she said, "I just want to let you know, congratulations. And I'm excited. You're the type of trainer that we need. I'm excited." And so the day I got announced, she actually called me from the Pittsburgh Super Saturday. Tony was there. And they went crazy. It was nuts. She let me hear from my, the video, and it was really cool. But here's the crazy part. Let's go back to her saying she's Beachbody Master Trainer of the Year, right? So I told her, I said, "I want you to be on a stage with me." You was the first person that said, that congratulated me. So she's like, "You serious?" So she was on a stage with me in Punta Cana, right? She got off Punta Cana, and she's only 2 hours from me. So "I want you to be on stage with me with Summit." So we stayed real close. Summit, and then I went to Pittsburgh in August, and then I had this concept to create the I Am Fitness thing, and I was just going to do it with a local guy around here because I want to give him exposure and just kind of show him his talent. Like you won't never know your talent till you get outside of our area, man. I said, but I got to bring somebody with us. I told him about Cam. This was in November. I introduced him to Cam. Cam came, did the event. She said, "Can I?" She wanted to use my gym to do some certifications. So yeah, no problem here. So here's the crazy part. I set her down, and it was August, and I told her, I said, "You need to write a letter, and this letter needs to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G." That letter changed her life, because when I wrote that letter to her, she went back and really started working the master trainer stuff. I just started seeing her evolving as a person on a whole other mental capacity, right? To the point where she manifested that. But it was because she didn't worry about how it was going to happen. She just did it. So the whole super trainer concept of how my role is, I knew the moment I became a trainer that I was special, that I was different. I knew it. And the reason why I can say that is because my training style was different. It was about the people. It wasn't about me. It was about me, my engagement, and not about abs or being super ripped. It was about me meeting each person at their fitness level and not having a clique of people that I cater to or that my style resonates with. When I co-created Shift Shop, I said this program has to be for everybody. All weight size, all weights, all colors, everything, all fitness levels. I'm the first program that it's really all fitness levels. If you look at, and I'm not, there's no disrespect. If you look at the other programs on BOD, how many people do you see in there's overweight? Sean's modifier is Tanya or somebody that's skinny. But I had an actual girl that was overweight in my program, right? And so I knew that my gift, I wasn't going to put a bubble on it. It had to represent all mankind. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I put in the universe. But I knew I was different. I knew I was special. How that was going to be magnified, it wasn't my business. I just needed to continue to put it out on YouTube. And I was discovered on YouTube. I'm the first trainer that Carl chose. Sean was brought to him. Autumn was brought to him. Tony was brought to him. I'm the only trainer that Carl said, I want that guy. That's why I get picked on. They call me the chosen one because Carl chose me. So, yeah, it's kind of nuts, man. But think about this for a second. What if I didn't have a good mindset about my purpose and my gift? Then I would have maybe attracted an employee instead of the CEO. But my value matched his value for me. It connected. Does that make sense? Trillions of videos on YouTube, guys. How the little skinny little black dude from Canton, Ohio get found? Out of trillions of videos? You serious? Nah, man. I knew my potential. So, anybody else? Lindsay, you taking mad notes. What you got to say?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I mean, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and it's been awesome. And I completely agree that you are super special, and you have a gift that is like none other. And from the last call, the one thing that really stood out to me was, and that I've been openly sharing with people, is that I struggled with negative thinking. Mm-hmm. And despite the fact that I've built, this business very successfully, and I've done the whole elite thing and all that stuff multiple times, I still made it hard, if you will. Like, it's hard. And when you said the thing you said last call was, you're always creating, I was like, hold on, negative or positive, you're always creating. And I was like, oh my, I need to like really shift just so many things that, even though I still have seen success, still see success, all that stuff, I still was making it hard. And it's so funny because I actually was in my head, I was like, April's going to be a hard month and blah, and I don't know why. It's just one of those past, in Beachbody world, July through March is amazing. And then all of a sudden people start to not think so much on fitness, and summer gets hard. And that's just what we know as a fact. Right. And so literally I was battling with this on Thursday and Friday, and it was a mix of just those thoughts and me being like, you need to fix this now. And I've already hit goals that by the 2nd of April, I'd already done a lot of things that I decided just by shifting my thoughts. So yeah, that was the big thing for me. So if that can help all you guys, knowing that he says I'm tired or I'm this, and I, you know what, I will ask you a question. I do get a lot, because of that, I attract those kind of people. Mm-hmm. So, right, I literally have messages in my phone of I'm exhausted, or I'm this, or I'm that. And I'm like, no, and they're newer, so they haven't grown yet, if you will. And I'm over here okay, when's the time to give that little bit of tough love of, okay, we got to start shifting this thinking. And I've done a little bit of it, and some of them are you're crazy.
Yeah.
I promise this is the best thing ever. But yeah, those are some of my new guys that they're me a while ago.
Yeah. You know what I love about that? I know y'all gonna think I'm nuts. So when I get faced with a challenge, right? Like resistance, I get excited because I'm like, yes, there's something inside me that I need to work on. Because this resistance is in the physical. Remember, your outside experience is a reflection on what's on the inside of you. Doesn't matter. You drew them to you. So that whole, it was cool is like you had that rest in those doubts and things, right? So then more doubt showed up. However, you made a shift and accomplished some goals. And then guess what else happened? You got revelation, even tonight. And even you got revelation in the goal. So that's point. That's proven that it's turning now. But the people, I'm telling you guys, if the new coaches, the new challengers, if you approach them based on what do you want, just tell me what you want. You're going to hear their fears. You're going to hear their worries. You're going to hear their doubts. You're going to hear their setbacks. You're going to hear all these things. And guess what? You got to celebrate that challenge. You got to walk them through it. Because when you walk them through it, guess what? You want to be a complete coach. You want to be a coach that's unshakable, unmovable. You want to be a problem solver. Remember, you're the solution. You don't want them going to Herbalife. You don't want them going to that wine company. No, you're the solution. That's why they're in your presence. You got to develop that. Some people, you got to hold their hand. Some people hop on right away, but you leave nobody behind. When you have that mindset that you leave nobody behind, you'll never be alone. As a true leader, this is the mindset I strive for every day. First, I walk with the people. That's what I'm doing on this call. I'm walking with you. I'm in the grit. I'm in the grind with you. Then you walk in front of the people. When you walk in front of the people, they're following you. They believe in you, right? Then you walk above the people. Now watch this. When most people of influence get above the people, they get cocky, they get arrogant, and they miss the biggest blessing at all. When you get above people, what you're supposed to do is look down and pull them up to your level. Because when you're above them, you can see further out. When you're in the midst of them, you can only see from wall to wall. But if you get up on a platform and you can see out far, you pull them up, you show them what you see. So you walk with them, in front of them, and above them. Most people of influence get cocky when they get above. They leave the people down there and they bark orders. And then they deceive them and they discourage them and they hurt them and they backstab them. And guess what? They break them. And then they just go back off into the wilderness because you know what? It's crowded at the bottom. At the bottom is chaos, confusion, doubt, jealousy, envy, backstabbing, backbiting, gossip. That's all that's going down at the bottom. And people just like bumping cars down there, just hitting each other because they have no direction because it's crowded down there. But on that top, on that platform, on that mountain, it's not a lot of people up there because they choose not to be there. You see what I'm saying? When you're on that platform, your mind changes. You see different because you see further out. You see the big picture. When you're in the midst of everybody, you don't see the big picture because nobody around you sees the big picture. So walk with your people, walk in front of your people, walk above your people by the knowledge and information you attain, and show them what you see. That's how you handle new challengers. Show them what you see. Not materially, but you got to show them in their mind. That's where they got to win this thing. The battlefield is won and lost right here. Until they see this, they ain't seeing nothing else. Period. That's the honest to goodness truth. That's how I approach everything, even my kids. So, anybody else? How many of y'all's head want to pop off right now? You ever get so much information, you're like, I can't take no more. I'm stretching that brain tonight, baby. Anybody have anything else? I got about 10 more minutes. No? Yes? No? Come on, man. Somebody's got to have something. Nobody? All right, Joni, you got to say something. You an educator. Educators always have questions.
All right. Am I unmuted?
Yep.
All right. So I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm a mental health counselor. I'm a teacher. I'm a National Academy of Sports Medicine CPT. I'm a precision nutrition nutritionist.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got a lot of letters after my name. It's been very expensive. I'm also a Beachbody Live coach. I've been doing this for that part for 6 years now. So I've been with the company for a long time. I used to host Super Saturdays. I was actually on the Sacramento Market Council for a while. Back in St. Louis, I was like started up before we even had market councils back there. So I've been doing this for a while. I'm in Phoenix now. I'm actually super bummed actually, because I won't be there this weekend. But the reason why I won't be there this weekend, I know, because you're one of the only trainers I actually haven't met, the super trainers. I'm going to a workshop with a company called Seed Spot, and they actually help you build your business. And so this is a really important opportunity for me. It's kind of a rare thing. They only select certain people to do it. And so I'm going to be business building and then meeting with investors. It's kind of like a TED Talk meets a Shark Tank on Saturday.
Wow.
And yeah, Beachbody like opened that door for me. So talk about like stories. But anyway, I'm not going to tell my whole story. I guess my question would be, like, once you learn what a pitch deck is, because I never even knew what that was until last week, and you start to like really get into like the nuts and bolts of like actual business building, like I'm not just a Beachbody coach, or I'm not just, you know, fighting that whole like, I want to be a Beachbody coach. I want to be my own coach. I want to be my own person. I want to get my personal training certification. I want to do all these things. Like, how do you take it to that next level? And you've already said so much. So I feel kind of like my question is like redundant at this point. But
Get back.
I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like I'm at that point. I just need a stage. I've been a teacher. You know what I mean? Like I just need like, I need like a TED Talk stage, and I like throw me out there because I'm ready. I've got something very unique with mental health, education, physical fitness, nutrition. I've got the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
I don't want it to just be about me. That's why what you're saying right now is like, it speaks to my soul, because that's not my business. Like my business isn't about me being on stage, being like, oh, I'm so cool and I'm so awesome. My stage is actually like reaching out to other teachers.
Right.
I think that's why I'm back in education again. Reaching out to other mental health counselors, reaching out to other fitness professionals, and bringing them up and providing them a stage. But I need a stage first, so I have a stage to give them.
Put away, and your lunges in there.
You already have a stage.
You can dump it out and then you can work on putting it away.
Something.
You have shorts and a t-shirt.
Shorts and a t-shirt.
When you're
No,
done.
that wasn't me.
You get it? You hear me? You got me? So here's something that's really powerful. I didn't want to give this to you because I just felt it was a lot, but Joni kind of forced me to say it because I even if this is just for her. So each and every person, and this is for another call, each and every person on this call is a brand, right? Everybody's a brand. You're more than a coach. Coaching is just a way you demonstrate your brand. So I have different types of clothes. I have Nike. I have my own clothes. And so everywhere I go, I may be wearing Nike one day. I might be wearing Team Downing one day or whatever. That's not who I am. Like my brand, I take my brand with me everywhere I go. I just clothe my brand with whatever I want to demonstrate for that day, right? So in my brand, I'm a super trainer. I'm a motivational speaker, right? I'm an entrepreneur. Those are the avenues in which I express my brand, which is to empower, love, and inspire people. That's my purpose. It's literally tatted across my chest. Empower, love, inspire. That's my purpose on this earth, right? But I demonstrate my brand in different avenues conveying that message. So when you start looking at yourself as a brand, think about it. You walk into a place and your presence demands attention, right? we ain't talking about celebrity stuff. If you go to Starbucks and say you wake up one day and you got your favorite jeans on, you feeling good about yourself, your hair fell the right direction that morning, everything is clicking. You walk in Starbucks and people doing this, your presence demanded attention. That's your brand. Here's the crazy part. Every last one of you go buy shampoo, you go buy conditioner, you buy all these cosmetics. You're not buying that person. You buying their brand. You buying a reflection of them. So everything that I do is a reflection of me. Does that make sense to you? So if you really want to take this to another level, what does your brand represent? Coaching is just a way you demonstrate that brand. That makes sense? So that goes back to what? Your value, your worth, your purpose. It's a little heavy, but so when you wake up every day, you just demonstrating your brand. When you sign people up, they ain't attracted to you. They're attracted to your brand, that presentation. You see what I'm saying? So, you going to that, that function on Saturday. That's what that's about. You got all of these letters after your name. Those are ways you're going to, reflect your brand. Does that make sense? So imagine waking up, realizing that you're a brand. Coaching is just a way you demonstrate that brand. So what are you demonstrating? What's your identity of that brand? Unless you write that letter, you don't know your identity. Take it a step further. Look at people who are mentally struggling, physically struggling, emotionally struggling. Their brand is hurting. Their brand is incomplete. Their brand has no identity. That's some powerful stuff. But when you know who you are, then you represent that brand. When you represent that brand, just like we see commercials and we go out and buy it, you're selling hope. People buy that all day long, guys, especially nowadays. So what does your brand represent? In order for you to open up more brands, you got to conquer this one. When you conquer this one, it opens up avenues. Here's the last example, and I'll give you guys a couple more minutes and I'll scoot. Everybody's seen a tree, obviously. That tree has one root, right? But a bunch of branches. My tree, my root is to empower, love, inspire. You go up that root, I'm grounded in that. I'm grounded in it. That's my identity. That's who I am. But then there's a branch, super trainer. There's a branch, motivational speaker. There's a branch, this. There's a branch, that. There's a branch, this. But there's only one root. My purpose, to empower, love, and inspire all mankind. That's why my tree is so big, because I don't just designate a certain group of people. Does that make sense? You guys have right now every tool to be whatever you want to be. And nobody can take it from you unless you give it to them. All the things that's been said about you, all the times you've been wronged, it's because you allowed it to happen because you don't know who you are. But now you know who you are. No one can ever get over on you ever again because you know who you are. No one can ever put their insecurities on you ever again because you know who you are. Does that make sense? Protect. My grandma used to tell me this. She used to say, sweetheart, quit saying your heart is broken. Your heart can't be broken. It's a muscle. She said, that's your vulnerability. That's your pride. She said, give of everything. Give of your time. Give of your resources, money, even give of your talents and gifts. But don't ever, and I do repeat, Chris, don't ever give a person your sanity because you might not ever get it back. That was hands down the most powerful thing anyone's ever said to me. Because when you give somebody your sanity, you become what they want you to become. You see what I'm saying? How many people do you know in your personal life, non-judgingly, can you say, oh my gosh, she or he gave that person their sanity because they turned to alcoholism, drug abuse, depressed, all these different things because they gave somebody their sanity. That's deep. So I'm done. Sarah did it for me. All right. Any more questions? Are y'all done? Yeah, somebody got a headache right now. It's all good though. Go to sleep. You good? Anybody have anything else?
All
No?
right.
All right. I see you tomorrow with the general admission, and I'll see you guys on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
See you later.
Bye, Chris.
Bye-bye.